Hi everybody, happy Thursday. We took a little hiatus, a 2 day hiatus. My back was really bad. You guys, it was awful. It was crippling. I couldn't stand, I couldn't sit, couldn't walk. I called out of work Tuesday night and then again Wednesday. Again, I think I shared this with you. I have such a low tolerance for physical disabilities. I don't get it. I mean, I've always been physically strong. So when I'm weak, it really, really frustrates me. And it's hard for me to have compassion for others as well, who don't feel well physically. I think, you're a baby, get over it. And I have those same feelings for myself. So when I'm physically hurting, I get frustrated with myself and I say, you can get through this. It's fine. It's not that bad. But, something about being sober is taking care of the mind, body, and soul, and I have to remember that, like, if there's pain in my body, it's for a reason. And I need to respect that and then take action to make it better. So I rested the last 2 days. I went today and got a massage, and that helped a lot. It's my lower back, and I know it's not the bones, right? I don't have a broken back. It's the muscle tissue around it. And so I just need to I have to be better at stretching, and building my core and my back muscles, just try and strengthen that area. So, boring stuff. I mean, who wants to stretch daily? I don't like that. I don't like exercise. I don't like that stuff. I like playing hockey, but once a week is not going to help me, and I'm sure that's probably the cause of my pain, is from getting a little too aggressive on the ice and going full speed when I'm really not physically fit to go full speed for a full hour and a half. So I have to revisit how I'm going to condition for that, because I can't miss 2 days of work for an hour and a half hockey, ice time. Anyway, so today's Thursday, May 2nd. You're a badass. You can't do anything if you try to do everything. That's really interesting. I didn't understand that concept for a long time because I thought I could do everything all the time, and you just can't. You just can't. I found that it works much better if I, prioritize, select a goal, and then meet that goal before going on to the next one. That's often been my MO, is that I start all these different little projects and never get anything done because there's too much chaos going around. So now I try to practice slowing it down and doing one thing at a time. And that's how you do that one thing to your best of your ability. I don't know. It's a good one. Slow it down. Do one thing at a time. All right, May 2nd. Just maybe. There's one thing more than anything else that will defeat us in our recovery. This is the attitude of indifference or intolerance towards spiritual principles. When we first came in, many of us had a great difficulty accepting the spiritual principles underlying this program, and for good reason. No matter how we tried to control our alcoholism, we found ourselves powerless. We grew angry and frustrated with anyone who suggested there was hope for us because we knew better. Spiritual ideas may have had some bearing on other people's lives, but not on ours. Despite our indifference or intolerance towards spiritual principles, we were drawn to the program. There we met other people. They had been where we had been, powerless and hopeless. Yet they had found a way not only to stop drinking, but to live and enjoy life sober. And they spoke of the spiritual principles that had pointed the way for them to this new life of recovery. For them, these principles were not just theories, but a part of their practical experience. Yes, we had good reason to be skeptical, but these spiritual principles spoken of by other members really seemed to work. Once we admitted this, we didn't necessarily accept every single spiritual idea we heard, but we did start to think that if these principles have worked for others, just maybe they'd work for us too. Just for today, just maybe the spiritual principles I hear spoken might work for me. I am willing, at least, to open my mind to the possibility. And that's what we base a lot of this program on, and is being willing, and that is one of the principles behind the steps. To be honest. To be willing and honest. Those are two big parts of my life now, Just trying to make sure that I'm honest in all of my words, thoughts, and actions, that I'm willing to try something new. I'm willing to rest myself for the better good. I'm willing to see someone else's perception, somebody else's point of view. I'm willing to trust in something that I don't understand, whether it be my manager's floor plan or schedule or, my sponsor's suggestions. Sometimes I don't like everything that I'm faced with in my life, but I'm willing to accept it because that's all I can do. At the end of each day, I take an honest appraisal of how I handled myself spiritually throughout the day. That's what I can do, and then practice those principles so that maybe tomorrow I handle it just a little bit better. And just maybe there might be something behind that. Living honestly, with integrity, an altruistic program, goodwill for all. I'm gonna do what I can to leave this world a better place than I found it, and that's with one step, one day, one action at a time. It doesn't have to be a big old grand gesture. I've never been very good at those. No, I move much more quietly. Do small things that often you may not see, and that's okay with me. The recognition, don't get me wrong, it's nice. But I much rather move quietly. It helps me stay humble. So today I'm willing. And I know that I know more than just maybe there's something to these principles. There is something to these principles. They've radically changed my life for the better, and I'm really eternally grateful for that. So I'm going to keep in my mind that these principles are my guiding light now. And I can't do anything if I try to do everything, right? Slow it down, one thing at a time, prioritize. We do that in everything. For me, I'm trying to prioritize my finances for this summer. My student loans aren't coming through. I don't have any more. I met my max lifetime cap from my stupid adolescence. So, paying for school and then making sure that I have enough money to buy 10 airplane tickets for this summer for me and my son. Making sure that I can buy a hot dog at Bonnaroo if I want to. Making sure that I'm gonna be comfortable this summer. It takes sacrifice in the short term. Again, I don't eat Starbucks every day. It takes, prioritizing. Rent's number one, and then electric, and down the line. And things pop up. I just got pulled over this evening for having a headlight out. The officer pulled me over because my headlight was out. He gave me a written warning, not even a verbal. He documented it, and then told me that I better get it fixed because it's $125 fee. It's $125 ticket. That's crazy.